Hello everybody! Yes, Cars 2 is the greatest movie of all time, but not actually. It's just like the only movie that I own on DVD and Blu-ray, which that says a lot. Cars 1 is about racing and friendship, and Cars 2 is about spies and espionage.
And nothing has to do with racing, and literally the main character is Mater, and Cars 3 is not the best.
Shut up! I don't need your basic ass opinions ruining my real ones. I mean, it does say on my channel, it does say I am morally correct, so I guess that means that Cars 2 is the greatest movie of all time. I understand that it seems like that, like the second one is not even canon to the first or the third. I understand that you may think it's a bad movie. There's a ton of reasons to think it's a bad movie. You may not like how many storylines that they try to fit into one movie. You may not like this dumbass tow truck being the main character of this movie. Or maybe you just don't like the spy theme at all and think that it's just like, it's dumb that it's not related at all to the first or second. That it's related at all to the first or third movie. Which it isn't. But, jokes aside, I did grow up with this movie. And I have a lot of bias. That does not mean that I cannot still see why people would think that this is a trash movie. Because there is a lot of ways to make that claim. So I'm going to try to justify this movie. You suck! Now you might think that the plot of racing and the plot of spies do not mix well. And you're right, they don't. Making Mater the focus of the movie was also probably not the greatest decision they could have made. It, like, kinda works. Most people think that Mater getting his own movie is very, very stupid, and that this, like, comic relief character isn't deserving of his own movie. Throughout the movie, Mater keeps trying to, he keeps saying to, like, Finn and Holly, I'm not a spy, I'm just a tow truck. And they keep being like, oh, so you're a spy. They think it's just him playing the idiot tow truck. It's pretty unrealistic that they didn't, like, think, maybe he said this like 100 times throughout the movie. Maybe he actually is just a tow truck. But no, they didn't have that thought, not once. It does kind of make it feel sort of real, the fact that Mater, like, he feels less of the goofy character when he has this more real, these more real moments. I feel the reason people don't like this movie at all, I feel like they don't look at it as its own movie. They look at, I mean, it is a sequel, but they only look at it as a sequel. Which, it's not a bad sequel. I'm just gonna say it. It's a fine sequel. Sure, the spy plot is kinda dumb, and some things are kinda dumb. It's an entertaining movie, which is, like, what the Cars movies are. Cars 1, yes, is about, like, this complete asshole turned into a good car, and then he goes a pair. But this movie is about, like, completely different things. Like, it's about Lightning going on, like, a world grand, like, tour thing. Like, he's going around the world to race. Which, that's fine. That's like, a great plot for a sequel. The part people don't like is that there's a spy aspect. And also that it's led by Mater, which was a comic relief character. And that's, like, the plots do connect well. I personally do not think that the plots mix weirdly. I think that they mix fine. There's a reason for both being mixed with each other, and they work fine. Also, the action sequences are awesome, dude. It's a crazy, like, there is some pretty cool action scenes. This is, like, a really dark movie, though. It's, like, it's G-rated, and there's a kill count. In a kid's movie, there's so much murder. There's, like, a bomb on Mater at one point near the end. Basically, in the movie, they're in Italy, right? And they're racing, and then all the cars get into, like, a big accident and stuff because of the camera. And Lightning and the Italian guy are not in the accident. Mater he's, like, infiltrating, like, they're, like, meeting or something, where Miles Axelrod is there, and he's, like, telling all the lemons and stuff about it. And they find him, and he tries to run, but then he's trying to warn McQueen that they're gonna kill him, which is what their plan was. And then he gets gassed, and now he's tied up in Big Ben. And then the lemons tell Mater that there is a bomb in McQueen's, like, pit. So, like, whenever, next time he stops, he's gonna get, like, exploded. And then it turns out that it was actually strapped to him because so basically it was strapped to him, and he was supposed to go there. I don't know. It's kind of cool, dude. It's actually kind of awesome. I mean, there is some attempt in this movie. It kind of makes sense the way they went with it. They thought that people did like Mater in the original Cars, so they would bring him back and he'd have a lot more screen time. Too much! And they basically gave him his own movie. There is racing. I'm tired of people saying that Cars 2 isn't also about racing. There is enough racing, okay? Maybe there's too much racing in the other movies. Maybe that's what it is. You guys are just picky. Yes, there is a lot of problems in this movie. But if you overlook literally everything wrong with the movie, it's not a bad movie. It's an enjoyable movie. Which may sound like a joke, but it's actually a lot easier than you think to just overlook some of the problems that are in this. Because at the end of the day, it's a movie made for kids. And yes, nobody asked for there to be a spy plot in the movie. Nobody cares about that. Nobody asked, nobody cared, and people still don't care. That doesn't mean it's bad, though. It's not a bad plot, okay? I'm tired. You know what? Go watch the movie. Realistically, it's like a 6 out of 10. But to me, it's like a 10 out of 10. Because I'm biased.